Are you struggling with mixing and you can't get your tracks to sound as good as the tracks you can hear on the radio, Spotify or Beatport? In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make your tracks sound good on any system. Hi, my name is Vlad. I'm a DJ and one-man band music producer. Do you want to consistently finish your ideas, grow a loyal fan base, get heard, and change people's lives with your music? To do that, you will need a well-organized approach and a system. And I'm going to help you to turn your passion of making music into real business without spending years on figuring things out. If you want to learn more about the program, I'm going to leave a link down below to the roadmap and the link where you can register and claim your seat. So don't miss the opportunity, guys, to claim your seat today because it's a limited time offer, and for the first launch I'm only accepting 15 students. The first thing I want to talk about if you want to make your tracks sound good on any system is referencing. So let's say you have a track. So this is your track, and how do you know that it sounds good? How do you know if it sounds good if you don't have anything to compare it to? And this is why we need to use reference tracks. So for example, you might have a reference 1, reference 2, and any amount of reference tracks you'd like to use. And what you can do, you can compare specific parts of your track. So let's say the kick and the bass. So the kick, and you can compare your kick to this track, or you can use another one, right? And when you get a different perspective, a different view on your track, you will understand whether it sounds good or whether it has some problems that you need to fix. So this is why you should be always using reference tracks when you're mixing, preferably when you do sound design, arrangement, and work on your track as well, because it's going to help you to keep your ears fresh for a longer time, and you will have a better perspective on your own work. And now let's talk about the role of sound design and arrangement in mixing, because it seems like some people just don't understand the concept of electronic dance music. And in traditional music, acoustic music, rock, pop, we mix, but in electronic dance music, we need to make sure we get the right sounds from the beginning, and we need to make sure we arrange the sounds in the way that all of the elements work together in a nice way. So, for example, let's say we have a foundation, and the foundation is something like a triangle, right? And you want to build something on top of the triangle. So you want to build a house, right? The house. So you're trying to build a house, and do you think it's gonna work if you build a house on this foundation? And in this example, house equals to a track. And I think it's just impossible. This is your sound design SD and plus arrangement, right? Arrangement, right? So if you don't get the right sounds from the beginning, if you don't arrange them in a nice way, you will not be able to achieve a good sound. So, for example, if you have too much elements that just play all together, like this, and we have more elements like this. So you see, they are clashing, interfere with each other. But what if we have just, let's say, the kick? This is the foundation, the kick, the bass, the vocals, and let's say the drums. And it's gonna look something like that. this is an ideal example. You see, it's really simple and it's pretty minimal, and I like the rule or the concept that less is more, because when you have less elements in your track, it's easier to mix the track, it's easier to arrange the track, because there's not that much what is going on. But it's not really the case, because even in minimalistic track, you can do automations, you can add effects, you can resample, you can really do a lot of things. But what I'm trying to tell you here, guys, now is that you should try, first of all, get the right sound from the beginning and arrange the sound in arrange the track, in a nice way. So it's easy to listen, it's easy to understand, and it will make the mixing process so much easier for you guys when you will implement this tip for your tracks. Right, so the next thing is about learning your tools. So once again, the example with the house. So let's draw a house. And what if the roof is broken? Like, you need to fix the roof. I'm not going to draw the roof, so we're going to have the roof here. So this is going to be the roof. And you are this guy that is trying to fix the roof, right? So it should go here. And you have the tools. Let's say you have a tool. I'm just going to... Yeah, let's pretend that this is a tool. And you have the tool. But what if you can't or don't know how to use the tool? It basically gonna mean that you won't be able to fix the roof. So it's just not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work because you don't know what to do. You need a process, a system. You need to understand what does what, in what scenario should I use this, and this. Because if you don't know all of this information, it's gonna be very hard and almost impossible to, make music, mix music, do sound design, arrangement, just anything. So this is why you really need to know what a compressor does, what an equalizer does, saturator, delay, reverb, etc. So it's really about experience and knowing what you are doing. And the next tip is about checking your sound on different systems. This one is pretty straightforward, pretty obvious, but you just have different systems, different speakers, and on different speakers, you can check if your mix sounds okay, because here we might have problems with the bass on a big speaker, like bass problems, bass fix. Maybe on this one we might hear that is something wrong with the top end, so fix top. And on the third one we might hear that we need to fix vocal, right? So the more you listen on different systems, the more perspectives you will have on your mix. So it's really powerful tool that mix engineers, master engineers use, and you should know that as well. So let's move to the next tip. And the next tip is to get feedback. So let's say you have a track. And you need to figure out somehow what is wrong with the track. So you will get some feedback from other guys, right? So let's draw a guy like this, and maybe one more guy over here. And you will get different feedback from different people in terms of, sound design, arrangement, composition, mixing. And the more feedback you have, the more perspectives you have on your mix. So this is your mix, your track, right? So this is why it's really, really important to get feedback from other people, maybe music producers, maybe label managers, just any people. And when you get feedback, you can evaluate and just, reflect on that and make a decision what to do next. And the last step, guys, is about a systematic approach to music production. So if your production doesn't look something like this, right? And if it looks like this, and like this, how are you going to finish something? How are you going to mix? Because it's in chronological order. You have some foundation, like the skills that are most important, and you go to here, to the top. So if you don't have a proven system, a systematic approach, it's almost impossible to make music. I mean, it's possible, but do you really want to spend a lot of time on figuring things out? And I still remember that moment when I took a course in mixing, and it was a game changer for me. Though I still had to practice and implement these tips in my own production, because I wasn't using all of the techniques in the exact same way. But when you practice, when you try things out, you really understand what works for your music. But the most important thing I'm trying to tell you guys here is important to have the right knowledge, what to use, when to use, and how to use. So if you need help with music production, if you want to transition from a beginner or whatever level you are at right now to a professional full-time musician, you want to make money with your music, you want to share that music with the world, grow a little fan base and get heard. As I mentioned, guys, the registration to my course is open, and don't miss the opportunity because it's a limited time offer. So I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know if you like the new format, if I should do more of this videos where I'm talking and drawing and explaining things outside of Ableton, or maybe using Ableton as well. So looking forward to your feedback, and thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye.